Good morning to you. I am giving you a reminder this morning of what it means to be a person of faith. From one of my hundreds of favorite stories in the Bible, the woman with the issue of blood. I've been thinking about this quite a lot, that this woman had suffered for, I'm looking at it in the book of Mark, chapter 5. This woman had suffered for many years. She had suffered many things, firstly, and for many years. It was 12 years that she suffered. But it says in verse 26, it says she had suffered many things from many physicians. She spent all she had was no better, but rather grew worse. I don't know if you've ever found yourself in that position. Maybe it's got nothing to do with healing, but with the situation in your life that you feel that you've suffered for many years at the hands of many people. Not that people have physically abused you or done things, but you've gone to people for advice, people have prayed for you, and you still find yourself in the same position. And so I can only imagine what this woman was feeling, going through, feeling rejected, and being sick on top of it. You know, when you're physically sick and you can't seem to get an answer, and you try everything and you ask for advice and you see doctors and you spend money. And it says this woman actually, she got no better, but she grew worse. That kind of situation. So she was totally at the end of herself, but then something changed. She heard about Jesus. I want to encourage you today. You've heard about Jesus. You've read the stories about miracles, whether it's healing, provision, breakthrough, salvation of a family member, someone who may be abusing you, verbally abusing you, whatever, in whatever way. Could be a work situation. You need provision today. And your hope, you've tried all kinds of things, but today I want to say this woman's answer came when she heard about Jesus. As you know, she says in another version, she said to herself, if only I can touch the hem of his garment. Something about her, the expectation in her life changed. She had got so desperate, become so desperate and frustrated about her situation that all she had to do was hear about Jesus. She had heard about the other testimonies of people. Word would have spread, because in the Gospels it tells me that multitudes followed Jesus. The reason multitudes followed Jesus was because they had heard stories of other people receiving their miracles. And it would have been the same with this woman. When she heard about him, she rose up. Something changed about her in her heart. It was desperation that got her to this place. And she received her miracle because she went out against all odds. This is what faith does. When you hear something, and maybe today is stirring your faith to say, I've been living in this place of giving up mode. I've been in giving up mode for so long. And now today, maybe you just found this video and you're hearing that Jesus is still alive and well today and performing miracles. When she heard about Jesus, she forgot about what the law said. I can't go out and touch people. I can't be out in public, because of the issue of blood that was her problem. And she forgot about all of that stuff, all of those restrictions and expectations of people and the disappointments that may have kept you in this discouraged state for long enough. And today you're hearing that Jesus still performs miracles. So today this is meant to shake you again, to awaken your faith, to say God can still do it, that he's calling you. And all you need to do is hear and respond. It's not good enough just to hear. This woman could have heard that Jesus did miracles and heard that he was coming to her part of town and stayed in her house, and nothing would have changed. So a lot of people think, well, I've heard the testimonies of other people and they stay where they are. The testimonies are designed to get you to wake up to the fact that God wants to do it for you today. The word testimony means to do it again. So today I want to say to you, God wants to do it again for you. Maybe you need to read some books again. Read scriptures again. But the best book to read if you need a miracle is the Bible. Go through the Gospels, read about the testimonies about what God did, and say, God, I believe you want to do it again for me. So when she heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd and touched his garment, for she said, "If only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well." And immediately the fountain of her blood was dried up. And Jesus immediately, knowing in himself the power had gone out of him. Go and read Mark chapter 5 from verse 25 onwards. And immediately, I'm telling you, your faith will awaken again. You say it is possible. And you begin to realize that you lived in circumstances that you were not meant to be living in, because you began to put up with whatever the enemy started to do in your life. Where God has a miracle waiting for you, but he needs you to hear something afresh again so that your spiritual ears, the cobwebs are blown away. So go and read Mark chapter 5 and let your faith awaken again. You're not designed to live under circumstances or to just get by. You're designed to live with an expectation of the miracle working hand of God in your life, that nothing is too difficult for God. So be encouraged with that today. Have a fantastic day today.